Hello, Verizon Rockstar judges. Steve Johnston, Advanced Solutions Architect, Ohio, PA, and West Virginia. So, I've been doing a little bit of thought on making this Rockstar video, specifically along the focus of what does it mean for me, what's 4G mean for me, what's 4G mean for Verizon, and more importantly, what does 4G mean for our customers. So with that, first thing I'd like to show is, being an Advanced Solutions Architect, I get in front and do a lot of presentations with a lot of C-level, a lot of top-level executives, IT, and for that matter. And sometimes I bring this slide up, what 4G means, how we get to the 4G speeds, things like OFDM, and multiple in, multiple out, the spectrum that we carry it off of, all the different technical things, upload and download speeds. But ultimately, at the end of the day, our customers want a better experience than what they have now on whatever technology that they're using. They want to be able to do what they want, where they want, how they want, faster, more efficiently, ultimately to increase their productivity, save them money, improve their image, and all the above. So with that, what I try to do is focus on their core business, what's important to them, and then kind of relate that to how 4G can make what they do now more productive. So let's just take an example here, nice golf course. Imagine, if you will, you're a doctor. And let's just say you're one of the chief doctors or the doctor on call. And say you have a call coming in for a urgent patient need. And let's say you need to review an x-ray, or maybe you need to consult with the other doctor back at the hospital. Well, instead of having to pick up your ball, maybe go back to the clubhouse, fire up your laptop, imagine, if you will, being able to pull that high-definition x-ray up on a tablet like an iPad and be able to have a face-to-face chat discussion with that other doctor, all in a matter of minutes, ultimately getting back to your game, giving the care to the patient, and overall improving the image of the hospital. Just one example there. Now let's take this, a parking lot, or any particular area. You notice right here, there's a little security driver driving around, using gas, using time. Imagine, if you will, if you had a camera surveillance system, and you could have cameras showing down on this parking lot. And imagine the security guard, instead of having to drive around, he could be viewing all the screens on his tablet, on his device, be able to stream that data in. Also be able to look at live data and be able to rewind half an hour if there's an incident or whatnot. Ultimately, saving fuel versus driving around, being more efficient as identifying an issue in a parking lot or whatever the area may be. So improving the overall experience of the customers, making the company more efficient, ultimately saving them money. Or let's look here, a construction site. Obviously, construction site has a lot of needs. Sometimes a project like this requires a lot of connectivity. You need architectural diagrams being sent back and forth. You're going on websites, contacting vendors. So these customers need connectivity. But instead of having to bring in a T1 line that could take weeks or months at a much higher cost, imagine, if you will, just grabbing something like this Cradle Point router, hooking up to one of our 4G cards, and you're basically, in a matter of minutes, you are connecting your entire work site with the information that you need. Now, those there are just a few examples. So, what it means to Verizon, obviously, Verizon has more efficiency on our 4G service over our 3G. So as customers can do more, they can download more, it's ultimately going to help increase our revenue. Not to mention that our cost per megabyte is significantly less on 4G than it is 3G. So ultimately we're able to offer more services at a more competitive price for the customer, giving them more value and ultimately making Verizon more money. And at the end of the day, what do we have? We have a happy customer, which once we have happy customers, they're less likely to churn, leave us, and creates more value to Verizon. So on to myself. So what do I do to promote 4G? First and foremost, I make sure that I use 4G, and I use it every and any opportunity that I have. One example is using something like a sling box, which basically takes my cable and slings whatever's on my cable, my DVR or my TV stations, directly to my tablet device, and I have a high-definition screen anywhere in our 4G coverage. So if I'm on a Sunday, I need to watch the NASCAR race and I'm not here, I can pull it up on my Sling box and watch that. That's a tremendous value to me. Or my son, who's a big fan of, he's 2 years old, watches Dora the Explorer. Being able to have a tablet, be able to throw it if he's crying or screaming, throw it back there and be able to stream Netflix to the right to the tablet, making him more happy, keeping both myself and my wife's sanity. And then the last thing, just a personal experience. Here is Disney World. I was able to take my son here a few weeks ago. I go on a Saturday during spring break at noon. Has to be 100,000 people in the park. Now, if any of you have ever been to a stadium and tried to use your 3G service, you can understand what kind of a constraint that is. At noon on a Saturday, I took a video, was able to upload it in Facebook in a matter of 8 or 9 minutes. That I would not have been able to do on 3G. I probably wouldn't even have bothered. So for me, that is that was the quintessential point that I realized that, wow, 4G has so much more capacity and a much better experience even when you get in a congested area like Disney World. So that pretty much wraps it up for my Rockstar video. I appreciate your time. Hopefully you see value in this, is what you were looking for, and I hope to see you at the finals in St. Louis. Thanks.